I get up 2 hours early before Tracy does because I have to have my time and my coffee. Tracy will normally wake up around 9 o'clock in the morning, and the first thing I do is talk to him and tell him good morning and that I love him. And I open up the curtains. I raise him up so he can get his eye gaze working. I then go in and prepare his drugs, and he's on quite the dose of drugs and applesauce and prune juice and all of that I have to use every morning to get him through the day. I then give him his drugs. I give him his applesauce, and then I have to do neb treatment. Neb treatment is some kind of a mist vaporizing steroid that we put into his circuit so that it helps with his mucus that he develops in his lungs. I do trach care every morning and every night. I have to do trach care. I have to take off all the dressing, and then I have to clean around his stoma, and then I have to pull the cannula out and put in a clean cannula, hook him back up to his suction thing, and then put the dressing back on, and I do that twice a day. If he's done any business, we take care of that. Wash his face, shave him, deodorant. Oh, and then his TV. He's got to have his TV so he can watch his TV. Watches his movies. Range of motion, I try to do that as well. Trying to lift up and work with his arms and his hands. And the people that I've got incoming help me through the week. They do it too. Then throughout the day, I am suctioning. I am rearranging to make sure he keeps his eyes. I'm changing up anything that needs to be changed. He gets another neb treatment around 1 o'clock. I do that. And again, the suctioning is nonstop. Nonstop. I don't leave the room because of the bill. He needs to have his lungs suctioned out. I prepare his next feeding at 1. Then around 2 o'clock, I try to get him up with this rail system that my wonderful brother built for him. Was that good? And we wheel him around and sit him into our love seat, and I put a movie in, get him all comfortable, and I get in beside him and hold his hand. And if he needs something, he wiggles his hand because I don't take the eye gaze machine with us, and he can't run the nurse call button that he's got here over in that chair. So I have to rely on what little movement he's got in that hand if he needs something. And again, with the suctioning that I need to do and emptying the water out of his circuit, he's on a heated system, and so it builds up condensation, and when those tubes get full of water, he can't breathe. So I'm always having to empty the water out of these tubes. That's a nonstop thing too. And then about, 6 o'clock, our nephew comes by, and we get Tracy back into bed, and he start his feeding. He gets his nighttime drugs. I start that around 8 o'clock. I clean his trach, hang his feed bag. About 9:30, I give him his sleeping meds. I then get out my bed, and I push my bed over here next to Tracy. I grab a hold of his hand, and I watch TV. He sleeps. And then I go to sleep, and then throughout the night, I'm forever emptying the water out of the circuit. And if he buzzes me, I get up and suction him or figure out what's wrong with him, if he's cold or hot or he's got a bug on him, he's got an itch, whatever. And I go back to bed and sleep until the next round. I get an hour of sleep at a time. And this all happens until about 6 o'clock when I get up and go have my time for a couple hours.